Kohli was assertive at the end of the game. He said Rajat Patidar is someone who can control the pace of the innings. Now, I'm not sure if everyone agrees with that, Shaun, but that's what Kohli felt, and that's what certainly didn't seem to come out today.
Yeah, I think what he was trying to do, I think he was trying to make the effort to hit boundaries, but he was losing his shape. He was trying to force the issue. He didn't time anything. When you compare him, I know Chris Gale's a great of the T20 format, but his was constructive hitting. He wasn't trying to overhit it. He was just middling it and playing his normal game. Patidar, he gets 31 of 30. I think Kohli was 35 of 34. In that kind of chase in that period, you need to have taken the attack because of the effort that Chris Gale had made. I always looked at it thinking, well, it's fine actually, because we discussed at the halfway show that from 10 to 15, Punjab had sort of lost their way. So if they didn't get too far behind, it wasn't going to be a problem, and maybe they could catch it up when de Villiers and those guys come to the crease. But then they both got out, and that's always the danger. If you do chew up balls, if you absorb the pressure, you have to be able to reapply it and catch up at some stage. And if you don't, then you end up 26 without loss, striking at 6.5 and then going at 5.7 after that. And as we say, that effort at the end makes it look like it's a loss, it's a bad loss, but it could have looked a lot worse.
Pommie, typically, when you see a power play of that nature, yes, you've lost 1 wicket, but you haven't lost 3. And it's not a surface where things are happening where you know that, okay, we've got to find a way out of trouble. They were not necessarily in trouble just because you've lost Padikkal, and yet you've got a power play at run a ball.
So I think it is big trouble to lose Padikkal because of the way he's played in this season. And, sometimes guys go unnoticed. So he scored 100 and then he scored another couple of scores and they are quick. Every time. What he has done this season is up his intensity of scoring up at the top of the order. And what it's done in all the games to this point is it's allowed Virat to just get himself started. And I can't think of a game where Virat has started quite quickly. In fact, it's been uncharacteristic of him where he's kind of had to watch as the youngsters bashed it to all parts and try to get himself going. So to take that away says, right, today somebody else has got to do it because Padikkal hasn't got the runs. I feel it has a knock-on effect as well, because if he gets a 40 off 25 balls and you put whoever you like in at number 3, the damage doesn't really get done because you're already ahead of the game. But if he doesn't get away and nobody gets away up at the front, and then you still go with your plot for who's number 3 and leave the others to kind of wait and wait and wait, the equation gets more and more difficult, and you ask them to come in and do more and more. And it doesn't matter who the batsmen are, when the pressure is applied, it affects them. Do they deal with it? Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. And it also depends on how much pressure you're putting them under.